Hello, no makeup tutorial today, but I do want to give a quick shout out that the month is getting closer and closer to the end. So if you are thinking about the Flawless 4 bundle with the foundation and the concealer and the primer and the setting product, all of your choice, you want to like run and make sure you go get it soon. So message me if you need help with all those color matches and things like that. But today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about the business of network marketing than the makeup of what I do. So, and this is true, this whole video is for any network marketing business. It does not matter what company you are with. I just want to kind of I like to talk about the stigmas and the fears a lot around the industry, just because I want to make it more normal and realize that all the things you hear don't have to be the way you hear it. You know, like it is just a lot of fear-based stuff. You know, it's like just heavy stuff that is not even legit. It's just a lot of people's fears speaking, okay? And so I wanted to kind of address a lot of those natural fears and maybe why people even have those fears, okay? So I'm not scripting this, so if you hear me with my so's and my ums, I'm sorry. But it's a topic that I've talked about a lot, and in fact, that's a big reason why I even started the hashtag Classy Boss brand. I mean, my personal brand has always been Sparkling Grow, but as I started growing teams in this industry and with different companies, I kind of started naming my team zone the Classy Boss Tribe, and that's just because I want to promote classy marketing in this industry, because there are people that do it wrong, and I think a lot of it comes from really old school ideas and people not progressing in the industry. I mean, it's a very fast moving industry. It's sales, it's marketing. So you know how fast our society changes and things around us change, and our marketing and everything need to adjust and change with that as well. And just we as a human species just grow and learn things, and we realize, you know, what might work for a second isn't actually going to work long term. And so it used to be a lot of fear-based sales, because back in the day, this industry was home parties, you know, like people would get together for home parties and you only had that second to be in front of people. And it was a lot about quick sales back in the day when it was all about home sales. Like nowadays, you can't even go into people's home because there's a pandemic here and you know, it's frowned upon. So having a party would be a really negative idea nowadays. But a lot of the mentality of the home-based party can still be found in the industry. And so I think that's where a lot of it stems from, is just really old school thinking that transferred over to the internet that no longer worked on the internet. But there was still a lot of that fear-based thinking. And so I mean, and when I say fear-based thinking, I mean when you want something or need something that's right in front of you, that you put what's out in the distance in front of you at jeopardy. So if I go cold message 100 people right now about my products, I might get a sale. I might get 5 sales. I might even, who knows? I might even get 10 sales. But it was tacky, it was icky, it was salesy. The person's not really there's no relationship there. We didn't build a friendship. They don't trust me. They never saw my videos before. So any of those sales most likely are one-time sales. They will never come back. They're never going to join my team. They're just going to try something because it looked good for a second. It's like when you're in that checkout line and, you know, there's things that you can buy, like, I don't know, random stuff that you would never even have on your list in the checkout line that you suddenly find yourself buying. You know, it's a magazine on the rack. You know, of course we all grab a magazine on the rack, but are we all subscribing to the magazine? Like, I don't know, maybe sometimes. Not really nowadays though, especially with Pinterest, totally different subject. But a lot of the thinking came from old school ways, a lot of old tactics. And when we first got on the internet, it was really frantic and people were growing fast. And then when it kind of peaked, I think it just got even worse because people wanted it, but it was kind of at a standstill. And then when people started looking at it differently, and now we are more of an influencer that can help other people be influencers, it's a little different. We're not doing parties as much. We have affiliate links sometimes. If people want to share and try out being an influencer, they can maybe earn some free product before they try to earn some money, things like that. But for the most part, things have changed. A lot of things is just about learning about what works for you. It can be so individualized now too. It doesn't even have to be totally on social media. Social media is a great tool for marketing, but your main content sometimes can be somewhere totally different. YouTube, things on YouTube are Google searchable much more than on Instagram or on Facebook. And then when you're on YouTube, it's going to be important that you're sharing information and you're teaching people. One of the books that I recommend to every single person in the world for personal development is Jab, 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 Right Hook. And it just simply means that, it's by Gary Vee. And it just talks about, kind of the trick shot. It's not really a trick shot. We're not tricking anybody, but you're giving your value. And if somebody is interested in your value that you're giving for free, don't be afraid. It used to be so secretive, and I am so open about everything now. Now I'm like, ask me questions. I'm going to be real with you. Are you going to make thousands of dollars the first month? No. Will you make thousands of dollars the 6th month? Most likely not. Possible, most likely not. It's a business, just like any other business. And I think that people are starting to realize that. And we have to look at it as that. It used to just be like this frantic pyramid scheme. That's why they call it that, because it used to be really icky. There really were pyramid schemes, period. Hopefully we're mostly girls. I'm talking about my period now. Just kidding. But pyramid scheme. So it never really was a pyramid scheme. There were some companies that were, I'm sure. But just to clarify that myth, a pyramid scheme is something that really doesn't have any product. It's all about just recruiting people. And it's also about, so people are spending more money on nothing, basically just recruiting and putting money into the business and the system without ever having a product to show for it. And then the sales, the percentages come from the money usually on the team. So the guy at the top genuinely does make the most money because it's trickling up from the people down below that are paying into it. But not with network marketing. Network marketing is not that at all. It's literally affiliate marketing. Just like if you were to, rep any of the companies out there now. There's a million companies where you can have a coupon code and start affiliate marketing. But it's going to stick at that. It's going to stay at that. And the thing with affiliate marketing, I did it for over a year solo just to try it out, as well as growing my YouTube channel. And you're not going to make that much money off sales alone. You really aren't. But the thing about network marketing is I'm not making money off the person that I recruit. I never get money from their money, okay? I get money from the company. So what happens is I'm still getting money off the team sales, okay? I'm getting money for training this person to make sales, and I will get a percentage off that person's sales, but not from their commission, okay? It's from the company. It's additional percentage on top of their pay from the product sale that goes to me, okay? It's like their way of thanking me for being able to train so-and-so to be good enough at making some sales. A lot of times when you make good money in this industry, it's because you do train a team and you do spend the time working with people and building their sales. So know if you're with a good leader, they're going to help you grow in your business. That's the part of the game. And it's so much about teamwork, you guys. nobody should be in here getting pressured to make a lot of sales, okay? The goal should be your minimum and above. Like when you hit your minimum, you can start increasing your sales goals, you know? But really, like, it should be a team of people hitting those main goals consistently and then gradually growing, okay? So it's a whole lot of people doing a little bit together as a team. It's teamwork. I mean, teamwork makes the dream work. We've all heard that. So that's exactly what it is. And it's just affiliate marketing with a team. So now you have a team of people that are doing the sales, but all of your commission, be it leadership commission, be it sales commission, be it bonuses, it all comes from the company, okay? So no, and then some people question like, okay, well, if all that percentage is coming from the company, like, how much is that product really worth? Is it really a good product? Yes. There's no storefront. We have no storefront, okay? It's all online. It's a warehouse and a bunch of independent salespeople. And so think about makeup that is the same price as Unique, maybe, that is at Sephora or Ulta. Sephora and Ulta takes way more money than we do as the sales force for a company, okay? Sephora and Ulta is very expensive to have any product in there. So I'm sure MAC is, making very little, honestly, MAC makes good money. I don't mean that at all. But you know what I mean? Like the percentage that they get is probably comparative because they're paying Ulta to have a storefront, to have electricity, to have rent, to have employees and things like that. And commission on top of that. So it's kind of, you're paying for good quality product either way. But when you support a network marketing company and you get good product that you try and you love, what you're doing is you're supporting families. You're supporting families. And I hear a lot of people say like, it's targeted at moms or targeted at people with low self-esteem. Well, yeah, it's not like targeted at them, but those are the people that are attracted to it. Moms need something, okay? Moms need something to do at home that makes them feel like they're part of the family and not, obviously they're part of the family and they work their butts off and they cook and they clean and they take care of the kids and they do all the emotional stuff. They run the errands. Like, it is a hard job, but it doesn't make somebody feel very independent. It doesn't make somebody feel like they have personal value to themselves, okay? It gives you so much value to other people, and it makes you feel proud, and it makes you feel full, and it makes you feel like loved and you can love. But it's also very, very hard, and it's very emotionally hard, and you have to be very emotionally strong to be a mom nowadays, especially with like women wanting to work in the world, like they should want to work in the world. We have identities ourselves. We are not our husband's second half. I'm sorry. I love my husband to death. He's like thebomb.com, but he is an individual person. I am an individual person, and we come together as individuals to have a badass family. Okay. That's how it works. And that's how and it makes sense. Sometimes the mom ends up staying home because, we birthed the baby, okay? And then there's like that grace period, that 6-month period where you're like nursing and things that like physically and scientifically men just can't do. And so we naturally end up being with our kids while the dad's still working through that. And then we end up being at-home moms, and not every mom planned to be an at-home mom. Like, moms have passion. Moms have needs to give back to the world too. And so it's not trying to victimize moms, it's trying to empower moms. And a lot of times, sometimes some depression or sadness or finding yourself comes along with that journey. And so I think a lot of it is attached to it, and there's a lot of empowerment because it is so full of women in this industry. That is actually very magical, and it's very cool. It creates a community of women that want something more, that are passionate, that want to grow, that want to be positive. You know, there's a lot of negativity because there's a lot of people stuck in negative mindsets and negative places. But that doesn't mean that anybody's trying to make them do anything. There's actually a lot of confidence building, and there's a lot of fear because of things like the camera, you know, and then now we're like front and center and it feels so scary, and you have to like be so confident and come into yourself and be on camera and like, you know what I mean? So I think that like there's just, I don't know how to describe it, but it all is connected, yes, but there's absolutely no negative intentions. In fact, there's insanely positive intentions. A lot of women actually do join these businesses for the community, because really the minimum, I mean, it depends on the company. Look into your company and check, always look at the fees and the minimums and all that stuff. But a lot of women do join these companies for community. I know my company has no fees. I mean, you buy a starter kit. I mean, most companies, you buy a starter kit, okay? But after that, we have no fees and no requirements really to buy. There's like, I think $125 in like 9 months, really, when you look at the long term, like before you're even not part of the company. So a lot of women, if they're into beauty and they're into all that, they might join just because of the community. A lot of women do it because there's a lot of empowering personal development and just being around other people that are positive. You know, like it just, you are the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. And that doesn't have to be in person, okay? You can create relationships with real humans on the internet too. Like, I get that there's like weird stuff on the internet, but I feel like nowadays that's how we all stay connected as well. And there are real people. I have made genuine friends online. Like, I have made friends from all over the United States. I have friends in Australia. I had a friend in Japan. She actually moved back here. She's in the US now. Hi, Nicole. You know, like you meet people everywhere. Texas, Minnesota, like everywhere. So it's really cool to get to meet people all over and be able to help people and communicate like through voice chats and videos and just helping each other, suggesting books that would help each other. Honestly, like one thing that I do that's not even like this, when somebody joins my team and they're worried about fitting it in and they don't understand, like honestly, I sit down, and this is nothing to do with the business. I usually sit down with somebody and I just help them plan their days. Like sometimes making somebody's business works is as simple as like empowering somebody to take control over their day. Like, how cool is that? So it's really not icky. There's so many good benefits. And when I talk about how it changes your life, that's what I mean. It's not like, oh, we're all going to make $1 million this year. That's not what that is at all. It means it's a group of really positive people that can empower you and better your life in ways beyond money. And while empowering yourself and improving your life beyond money, money will start trickling in because your energy is going to change and you're going to become more magnetic, and people are going to be connected to you. And what's really cool is once you grow yourself, you can turn around and start teaching other people to do that as well. And just sharing your story, like sharing your story in itself is empowering because it makes people feel not alone. Because all the crazy things, the things that when we're young, we think are just like out of the box crazy because you've just never been through it and you've never heard it, and you just think the world's crazy, you know? I mean, the world is crazy. Okay, I'm sorry, it is. But at the same time, it's like the yin and yang, you know? It's just like there's always going to be the same amount of energy in the world, but where are you going to put your focus? Are you going to give power to the negative stuff, or are you going to give power to the positive stuff to grow your life and be in that 1% or whatever you're hoping for? But even if you're not in the 1%, you know, if you make I would say like most people can easily grow to make $500 to $1,000 extra a month just in their spare time over time. It's not overnight. Even that is not overnight. I don't even like telling people they can make their kit money back, because a lot of people do have a lot of space to grow and sit on that stuff. And so, like I said, I'm very real with people, because I don't want that person coming and joining the team and buying their way through the company. Like, you really can't very far anyways, because there's a certain point where you're required to be helping team members to make that money. But it's not about buying product. It's really not. It's about growing yourself and learning to market, learning to share, learning to have magnetic positive energy that changes your world in more ways than money, and then watch money start trickling in. $500 to $1,000 a month in your spare time. You could do it with another job. You could do it as an at-home mom. You could do it while you're in college. You could do it just because you want to. It doesn't not matter who you are. It's one of the only industries where anybody can sign up, no matter what your education level is. It doesn't matter if you graduated high school. It doesn't matter if you've been to prison. It doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. And you are accepted and loved, and we will encourage you to grow as a person. And so I just think that is the best, coolest part about this industry, period. It's just really empowering. It's really inspiring, and it really does help a lot of people. That extra $500 to $1,000 a month that most people end up making is just, it's like, that can be a game changer for a family. That's a car payment. That's utility bills. That's your food in the fridge for the month. And so people kind of mock that you're not making like that living wage, but man, if you're an at-home mom and you're stuck inside and you're like living this grind and it's hard and you don't have a support system, you've just like given yourself a support system. You've given yourself a bunch of people that are going to help you and empower you and help validate you and grow you as a person for who you are. You're not molded into some like thing. Like, I'm super weird. I'm off. I'm like, I don't know, like, it does not matter who you are. Like, you will find your tribe, because learning to love yourself and put yourself out there regardless. Yeah, people are going to walk away because they're like, oh gosh, this girl, smokes weed or something, and they don't want anything to do with me, whatever. And I'm like, okay, you're not in my tribe. But then that other person is going to feel really connected to me because of something like that, and maybe it's not even about makeup. Maybe it's like about some health thing that they have or something, so you're gonna find your tribe. No matter who you are, somebody will be connected to you, because once you're yourself and you just like shine, those people will just find you. You have to be consistent enough for those people to find you. So that's why a lot of people quit. There's a huge turnover rate, like, it takes a long time. It's like dedication to something that you don't see a lot of results for a really long time. But once you grow yourself, you start seeing results. And once the results start coming and you keep going, once you build the habit of being consistent, that's really hard. It is hard. Habits are hard to build. Habits, like, people talk about like quitting smoking and drinking and all this stuff. Gaining a positive habit is just as hard. It's like you have to replace any negative habits with a positive habit, or you're just gonna like fall back into some habit, So if time management is your hard habit, which it is, I believe for most people, time management is a struggle. That's why that's a space that I start. I help people time management. For anything, like whatever it is, learning to prioritize so that you're not finding yourself spending 3 hours on video games rather than creating content for your business, finding those gaps, creating intentional time so that building your dream life is what you're really doing. You're deciding, you're learning to think bigger so that you can actually have dreams that are that big. And then, like I just said in one of my classy boss tips in my reels here on Instagram, I don't remember which one. It was like number 10 or 11 or something. But I literally just said, like, it's about sometimes being able to go backwards. I think it was today's. Oh my gosh, see, I told you guys I'm weird. Hashtag mom life right there. Mom brain, is that a thing? Yes, it is a thing, and it never goes away. People say it happens during pregnancy. No, it doesn't go away. My kids are teenagers, and it's still there. So it's just like, it's learning to be humble enough to go take all the little steps, be consistent, be confident in yourself. It's a lot of steps, but it's like little steps that build something amazing and huge that most people aren't willing to get gritty enough to get through. Okay? That's why people quit. That's why people get mad. That's why people hate on the industry, because they're hating on themselves. And I hate to say it that way, but I really feel like when I watch the anti-MLM videos, when I watch the hate videos on MLM, I really like look at their perspective, and I'm just thinking, dang, like that person had a negative experience and is blaming it on the industry because one person didn't do something right. Here's the thing. The company does not employ us. We are our own entities. And so when somebody in network marketing does something icky, everyone thinks everyone in network marketing does something icky, okay? No, not the case. That one individual did something icky and maybe trained a bunch of individuals to do something icky, but I guarantee you the company that that icky person worked for would not like that, okay? So it's not the company, it's not the industry, it's not the marketing model, it's not network marketing, it's not direct sales or MLM, whatever you want to name it. It is individuals giving people bad names because of old school ideas, because of fear-based tactics, because they want something right now, because they don't understand. Here's another piece that people don't understand. So when you start growing a team, sometimes leaders think it's their team. That's not right. Leaders are mentors in this industry. If you sign up under me, I am never your boss. I am never your boss. You are your own boss. Your actions create your business, okay? So if your business goes great, that's because of the action you did. If your business is crappy, it's because of the action you did. I am your mentor. I am here to answer questions, to support you, to help motivate you. But motivation does not come from me. Motivation comes from you, okay? Nobody can motivate another person. And I think that's where some leaders start with some of the manipulation. And that is an individual's choice. That is not the industry. That is not the companies. That is an individual running their business wrong and using manipulation sometimes because they are creating fear-based action because they want something so bad that they're only seeing what is right in front of them and what they want right now versus looking at this as a long-term business and wanting long-term success. Long-term success means slow results. You're building relationships, you're helping people in a real way. It's not working out usually at first. It's just like your spousal relationship, you know? It's like, it's really exciting at first, and then there's a lot of hiccups, and then there's like issues and things there's fights, there's like, it's a business, it's relationships, it's a networking business. Networking means relationships. It's a business based on relationships. So you are building a lot of relationships. So you have to be really right with yourself. You have to know how to behave and how to encourage people. You can inspire your team. You cannot motivate your team. Motivation comes from within. Only the person running their business can motivate action. You can inspire your team to motivate themselves. You can teach them techniques that you've learned. So that's why it's so important that you grow yourself, because it's really hard to teach people techniques that you just read off the internet. You have to grow yourself so that you can, like, why do you think I focus on scheduling? I am an ADHD mom. I am all over the place. My brain is scattered. If I don't write things down, my life goes into chaos. Absolute chaos. I write down every hour of every single one of my days, and I don't do this part anymore so much, but sometimes I do to recheck myself if I feel out of control. But for a long time, probably a year or so, I would write down what really happened next to every night. I'd write down every hour of the next day and how I wanted it to look. And then I'd write down what really happened. And that way I could reflect on what to adjust. Like, did this really take that much time, or did I could get it done faster or slower? In addition to all that, that's just my day-to-day planning. Like, I have every 6 months to a year, I create a master Monday through Sunday schedule showing kind of like my manifestation, I suppose, like the goal of where I want my week to be. That it's like I'll put in I learned to prioritize. I make a massive list of all the things that I want to do in my world, in my life. Like everything I have to do, everything I want to do, phone calls, emails, family stuff, making dinner, planning dinner, like all the nitty gritty details. I don't just write a YouTube video. I write the YouTube video, film the YouTube video, edit the YouTube video. And then you're like learning how much time this stuff really does take. And you're putting it in your schedule and making sure you have balance in your life, okay? You can't be all business and all family. You have to have like health in there. You have to have like things that just make you happy that you don't get anything out of besides doing it. Like I do lots of painting and things, and while I might throw up my painting for sale every once in a while, I really don't sell that many paintings. Like I just love doing it. I just paint, okay? In fact, I haven't even put my last couple paintings in my store because it's not even motivating hardly to put it in the store because I really don't get any painting sales, you know? I just love doing it. It's fun. It's like my creative space, and it's like meditation for me almost. So finding yourself and connecting with people. I've connected with a lot of people through painting, and they might join my team or buy my makeup or something, but you know, that's how we originally connected, because I'm just being human and real and putting myself out there, and I build that friendship first, and then they might notice that I do makeup and they might be interested on their own, but I never like message them about it. Like if I'm just friends with that person about painting for the rest of my life, then that's what it is. That was their purpose. You have to believe people have purposes in your life too. Like not everybody is there to be your teammate, and not everybody's there to buy makeup from you. It's just like you're sharing your journey and you're talking about what you have, and you're a versatile real person. I know so many people say like you have to have a niche now. I mean, you can have like a niche-ish. Is that a thing? A niche-ish? I don't know, but I don't think in this industry you should really have you might be able to have a niche, but if you have a niche, you should be like amazing at it. Like you need to stand out at that niche. Otherwise, I think in this industry, it's better to be interesting. I think you should have like 3 to 5 niches, and you should rotate between them to continually connect with people in a real way and just build real relationships and learn to find value in those relationships, because maybe somebody never joins your team. Maybe somebody never buys a product for you, but maybe they teach you something really cool, or they give you some sort of value, or maybe their friend sees you through that person for a different reason. You know, that's what networking is. You have to be valid and genuine with every single